Prime Minister and the Home Secretary have been very clear that once we leave the European Union, that our migration policy will be shaped by the interests of industry. And food and drink is our biggest manufacturing industry. Agriculture has depended on labour from abroad. We know that everything from the vets and abattoirs to some of the people who are involved in the most intimate parts of farming come from the EU 27 countries. Of course, it's also the case that there are people who come from further afield who can contribute, and we just want to make sure that our migration policy is attuned to the needs of business and is flexible. And that's why I and my colleague George Eustace have been talking to and hearing from farmers in order to make sure that we get the right policy in place.
For the last 4 summers, Anita has come from Bulgaria to pick the Kent fruit harvest. 5 months hard graft to provide for her family. But after Brexit and the pandemic, there aren't enough workers like her to bring the crop in.
We, as a farmer, are hugely passionate about employing local people, and there are many roles and career opportunities for local people here, but we simply don't have the people coming forward for the jobs.
That's different. And again, tariffs, so they're very worried about tariffs that might change and their export markets could disappear.
Well, one of the things about British agriculture is that our produce is world-renowned for its quality, and I'm confident that we'll be able not just to maintain tariff-free access to the European market, but also to forge new trade deals with other countries so that our farmers have a world to win.
Food production in the UK has slowed down, many farmers scaling back their operations to cope with a shortage of workers, rising costs for things like animal feed, and issues with exports.
It really is a disastrous situation which is spiralling out of control. It's a catastrophe.
Liz Webster represents a growing number of British farmers who say Brexit has made the situation worse. She's now campaigning for the UK to re-enter the single market.
Trade is bound up in so much red tape. It couldn't be worse for us. So there's 2 things, there's, yes, you're selfish, your business, but also I tend to look at it for the whole country, and I'm really concerned for food security and food stocks and food supply.
What's the solution?
The quick solution is to free up our trade by getting back in the single market as quickly as possible.
And it's not just those involved in farming who are changing their minds. According to the British Polling Council, there's been a clear shift since the 2016 referendum, which it says has accelerated over the past year. 57% of Brits now believe Brexit was a mistake. The wine industry, another that's been forced to adapt. This company still struggles to move large orders of European wine across the Channel, where once it took a matter of days, now it takes months. Many in this sector are frustrated frontline politicians appear unwilling to debate Britain's re-entry.
I'm stood here staggered that they're not having that conversation right now. There are so many businesses out there who are really struggling. Every day it annoys us. We need to have honest conversations about, customs union, single market, all of it. We really do.
While the tide of public opinion appears to have turned, businesses must continue to adapt to a situation which in some cases isn't getting easier. Luke Hanrahan, Euronews, London.